Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a spring favorites video. This is loosely inspired by fellow cool girl Romney Ellen here on YouTube, but also just like generally I feel like when I was like younger and watching a lot of YouTube videos in like 2008, not to age myself, I feel like people were always doing like favorites videos seasonally, so I feel like this is a classic genre. You might be thinking, what qualifies you to be the cool girl recommender as per the cool girl favorites title of this video? And first of all, I have a lot of friends who are girls who I would consider to be cool girls. I guess through like a sort of a cool girl osmosis, I've observed some of that. And I do self-identify. So yeah, these are cool girl favorites because I self-identify, not to be up my own because I would never be that. Anyway, I'm gonna be talking about clothing favorites, beauty favorites, sort of like media favorites, as well as just like miscellaneous things that I've been enjoying. First thing that I've been obsessed with in the clothing category are these shoes by Allegria. I found these shoes, okay, also just like, look how cute this button is. Okay, so I found these shoes because I had been Googling orthopedic Mary Janes because if you don't know, which I don't know why you would, I was in a walking boot for like 2 months last year because basically I committed to the bit too hard, i.e. I was like power walking 10,000 steps a day in Mary Janes that looked like they were meant for like a cosplay. Like I was wearing dainty ass Mary Janes. In my dream world, I would be wearing dainty shoes all the time. Anyway, basically I was diagnosed with mild Achilles tendonitis and had to wear a walking boot for 2 months, which I'm gonna say was not elevating my outfits for those 2 months. So after I got out of the walking boot, I was like, I need shoes that are gonna support my fucked up feet. So I got these and I've been absolutely adoring them. This button like has my heart. Kind of remind me of Coraline, but in like a good way. I don't know how that would be in a bad way because Coraline's fucking beautiful, but these are like my like Coraline doll shoes, I would say. I feel really lucky that my foot problems, have been coming at a time when like orthopedic shoes are in, I would say, more so than like previous decades, because I keep posting these on my Instagram and people keep being like, oh my god, where are they from? Understandably, because they're adorable, but like little did they know I literally googled like shoes for people with fucked up feet that are also like really cute and extra. The next favorite that I have is something that I thrifted, not to brag, and it is this purse that has these heart charms on it. This bag is so large on the inside in a way that I'm not used to. For a while I was like, I don't know if I can be someone who has like a big ass purse. I feel like I associate like having a big ass purse with like everything you could ever need in it is something I associate with like true adulthood. That being said, the fact that this bag has hearts all over it and I keep stuffing it with shit that's like preventative and protective is a metaphor of sorts, given that it has like hearts everywhere, and maybe it's a metaphor for like my heart. I have the matching wallet and I haven't used it yet, but I am going to at some point. I just haven't had a reason to yet. I'm someone who's used to just carrying around like a big ass tote bag if I'm gonna need a bag that's bigger than like a little like slouchy purse. I never considered that you could have compartments and not have everything kind of like lost in an amorphous blob of a bag. Nothing against tote bags because I love them, but this I feel is very practical, and I don't have anything else to say about it, so I'm gonna move on. The next and last favorite that I have in the clothing category is something that was loosely recommended to me by my friend Ashley. From my understanding, she was like talking to a stranger who was wearing a sweater by this brand, and she was like, what brand is that? And they told her, and it's Storybook Knits. I almost feel like I should be gatekeeping this brand, but I'm not. But anyway, my friend Ashley texted me and was like, you need to Google this brand, I feel like you'd like it, and I did, and I went on eBay, and fucking every sweater by this brand is immaculate to me. It's so like cool, eccentric aunt slash grandma to me. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you the sweater. This is the only thing I have by them, but I kind of want every single style that they have. Okay, you literally can't see it because it's not buttoned. This is what the sweater looks like. This is everything that I want a sweater to be in more. The light pink cardigan, so automatically a win. Then, I mean, there's like lace trim on the outside. There are applique floral bows, which is something that I never knew that I needed, as well as like lace bows on this cardigan. She has it all. It has kind of a funky collar too, which is something that I'm not really used to. And also I fear that I can never search Storybook Knits on eBay ever again because I will make another purchase because they are all so perfect. And considering that every design is so elaborate, I feel like they're kind of reasonably priced on eBay, although I could be wrong, and perhaps my great influence on YouTube of having 1,000 subscribers will maybe make the brand more popular. I posted on my Instagram story like, oh my god, I've been loving Storybook Knits, and someone literally replied and they were like, please gatekeep this. Anyway, these are some of the other designs that I really liked that I saw on eBay, but this is the one that was calling my name the most and I felt it was the most wearable with my wardrobe. So I guess my favorite would be more so the brand Storybook Knits and less so just this sweater that I have. Moving on from clothing favorites, my next favorite is a beauty favorite, and it is the Sol de Janeiro body mist in the scent like 62 pistachio and salted caramel. Basically, I first came across Sol de Janeiro because in 2016 or 2015, my mom got me the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream by Sol de Janeiro, which has the same scent, I think, as this. And I'm sorry, mom, if you're watching, but like every single Tinder date that I went on when I was 18, 19, and 20 before I met my current boyfriend, this like routine where I would shower and listen to Britney Spears to like boost my confidence. And then I would put on Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. So this scent is really nostalgic for me, even though I was miserable because I was doing everything just for the plot being the plot of a horror movie. Not actually, but it was just like I was going on so many bad dates. All of that aside, for some reason, this scent has a very special place in my heart. It is very sweet and delicious and summery, although obviously this is a spring favorites video, so I guess it works well in the spring too. And I'll say it, I was wearing it all winter. It's a little bit silly to try to pitch this perfume to you through the screen because it's like, well, obviously you can't smell it through the screen. I feel like if you're looking for a scent that's gonna make you like feel like you're cool, aloof, and mysterious and like really complex and like have like a rich inner world, honestly, this isn't for you. I don't think that this is the kind of scent that you smell and you're like, wow, there's so much to unpack there. Like, this is more of a, oh my God, she's so spontaneous and like she has an unwavering joie de vivre that is contagious, is the vibe that I feel when I wear this. Although I would be lying if I said that I was someone who was totally go with the flow, but this perfume makes me feel like that, so I love it. My next and last beauty favorite seems a little bit silly to talk about because I don't have them right now, but it's getting gel nails. In November, I got gel nails done for the first time in my life and it was like life altering for me. Like for years, I would hear people being like, yeah, gel nails last for weeks, and I'd be like, honey, they wouldn't for me. But indeed they did, and they do. I've gotten them done 3 times now and it's been so fun. I feel so fun and girly and like silly when I get them done. Not to talk about like self-care via capitalism, but getting my nails done makes me feel like I'm caring for myself and it makes me feel like I have my life together. Like I feel like, oh yeah, my life feels aimless, but like you would never know that looking at my nails. Yeah, I really enjoy getting my nails done and I didn't know that about myself because I hadn't gotten them done for like literally like 5 or 6 years. Shout out to Kessing, the nail artist. She's the one who I've been getting my nails done from and she is an absolute genius. Moving on to media favorites. My next favorite is Fleabag. Obviously, okay, I first watched Fleabag for the first time I think in like 2017, like maybe like a few months or a year after it first came out, but I was obsessed with it from episode 1. Like I feel like I am someone who identifies with her at every episode. I've watched it a couple of times since it ended and I never really understood the hot priest until this cycle of rewatching it, and holy shit, not to be like beep on Maine, but he is so hot. Like every single episode I cry when I rewatch it, not just season 2 when the hot priest is there, although honey, it doesn't hurt. Part of me is like, well, obviously I wish that there were more episodes of it, and part of me is like, no, she did a perfect thing, why ruin it? Although I don't think that she could ever ruin it because I think she's a fucking genius. It's very loosely and abstractly, and this is not like an in-depth analysis of the show at all, but I would say if you enjoy the messy girl in her 20s figures out her life through various means, this show's for you. I will say, part of me is like, oh my God, I totally recommend the show. And also I'm like, if you relate to the show, maybe you should go to therapy first. Another like media related thing that I've really been enjoying is any song by chappell roan. I, as a bisexual with a boyfriend, sometimes struggle with internalized biphobia. Like, am I bi enough? Like, I feel like I like sort of feel like I'm non-practicing in a way because I have a boyfriend. I'm always struggling with that, but I feel like every time I listen to chappell roan, I like really connect with my bisexuality in a way that I can't say that I do anytime I listen to other artists. Also, all of her songs are so geniusly written. Like, if you know, you know, the line about the wand and a rabbit, right? Chappell roan. She has to hear her all the time. You would know her if you heard her. And then my final like media and art related favorite for the spring is just like going to art events in general. I recently went to the By Live Handmade reworked runway, which if you don't know, By Live Handmade / By Live Williamsburg is a store in Brooklyn that has a lot of sustainable like fashion brands that have like pieces that are like reworked or like upcycled. And the store is beautiful, but like the runway show that she recently did was absolutely gorgeous. I've never been to a fashion show before, and I imagine that this fashion show is very different from other fashion shows because instead of having like a traditional like you walk down the runway and walk back, it was like more of a group interpretive dance, like showcasing of the clothing rather than just like a more traditional like we're walking one way and walking back. Before I went to that, I was like, oh my God, I need to go do more things that are like cultural. And also recently I went to the Printed Matter New York book fair. I got a book by one of my favorite artists, Lena Sun Park. This is what the book looks like. It's called A Mouse in Her House. Also, can we just take a moment for the detail of this ribbon on the side? I could cry. This is sort of the vibe. She does a lot with like red and ribbon. Is this even real? Oh my God, I love her art so much. So I guess this final favorite for media would be like going to art events in person, and this book in particular because it's been making me so happy. Everything about this book is what I want my life to look like. And then my last two favorites are just like miscellaneous. The first one is being a tourist in my own city. My family's lived in the city since I was like 9. Like when I would come to visit my family, like my dad's side of the family, like they wouldn't be like, let's go walk the Brooklyn Bridge, because it's like, yeah, they lived here. So I never really did a lot of the touristy things to do in New York, and recently I've been like, it's kind of fun in camp to go do touristy things, not with regularity. Like I walked the Brooklyn Bridge for the first time last week, and I was like, wow, I'm never doing that again, but it was kind of like fun and silly to do. And I did it with my friend David, never done it either. So that was kind of fun. And then also recently I went to Lauderay, the macaron place in Soho, which feels like a very touristy thing to do. I had been there, but like not in like a decade since I was like a tween. So that was really fun. I don't know, I feel like sometimes indulging in like touristy activities can be sort of silly in a way that I never really opened myself up to before. My last miscellaneous favorite slash last favorite in general for this video is walking, but in particular strolling, because I feel like I'm used to walking so aggressively, like as if to induce a fainting spell, like as if I'm trying to like prove something to my fellow New Yorkers who I'm actively avoiding eye contact with, who I'll never see again. Like I'm always like sprint walking down the street, which is probably why I was in a boot having worn Mary Janes everywhere. But recently I've sort of been indulging myself in like just strolling for fun. It feels so good. It also feels so foreign to me because I'm actually used to like being fully out of breath everywhere I go. I'm used to being like, why am I sweating through everything? And it's like, because you're basically running. Strolling is so underrated. It feels so good. And I feel like I sort of understand why people put long walks on the beach in their dating bio, because like, yeah, that kind of sounds like it owns. Although beaches are hard to walk on. Anyway, that is what one particular cool girl in New York has been liking this spring. Please let me know if you, I was gonna say if you know any of these, and it's like, no, I've never heard of walking in my life. Please enlighten me. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you around. Okay, bye.